Shang, greetings to fellow speakers and guests. The aim of this presentation is to discuss the 5 contents of cybercrime and online safety. First, let's talk about some common cyber safety threats and the problems that they can cause. In the discussion, we'll look at the introduction, how big is the problem, the scale of the problem, why is South Africa such an attractive target, and what can be done. Cyber attacks are growing in South Africa. Cybercrime is generally defined as any form of criminal activity involving the use of computers and the internet. Also refers to as a computer crime, electronic crime, e-crime, net crime, and high-tech crime. In 2019, South Africa saw a cross-industry spike in cyber attacks. Cybercrimes can be committed by anybody who has a cell phone and internet connection, but there are also organized crime groups that make use of advantage technology and use psychological tactics to part people with their hard-earned cash. We see also that Android cell phone users in South Africa were the second most targeted banking malware. How big is the problem? Cybercrime attacks are becoming a fairly regular occurrence in South Africa, with the cost of around 2.2 billion rand annually. You can see that the companies that have reported such huge attacks in cybercrime, such as Showmax, confirmed that a number of 27,000 customers' data was hacked. JD Group, also one of South Africa's largest companies, reported that 500,000 customers' personal data was exposed. South Africa is number 6 on the list in terms of cybercrime attacks, with UK, the US, Canada, Australia, and Greece taking place from 1 to 5. Toyota also was hit by cybercrime, where the electronic payment for Toyota Autos was diverted to another bank account. Generally, we know that South Africans love lifestyle, going out, luxuries, as well as just basically living good. We can see that also that a number of young professionals are entering into the market of buying goods online using websites or e-commerce shops. And we also see that friends who have lost money buying cars online and shopping online without verification or verifying the website that they're using. So criminals manipulate the way in which traffic is routed on the internet to launch attacks that bring down networks and services. So users think internet is just an end user scenario, not thinking about the process businesses undertake to reach them as online consumers. Furthermore, we can see that the digital population in South Africa as from this year, January, was 43.48 million active internet users. And that we also have 25.8 million active social media users. So the online space through cyber attacks, you can see that now there's a higher risk and vulnerability and less live, learn, play in these spaces. The outcomes that come out when people are attacked by the cyber attacks as well, we can see that there's a high voice cloning, harassment, bullying, hate speech, card fraud, identity theft, nudity, suicide, harm, browsing history being compromised, virtual kidnapping, as well as social engineering fraud, amongst other job scams, holiday scams, change of card banking details, swim swap scam, and dating and romance scam, things that are taking place online. The scale of the problem, according to Interpol 22 report, cyber threats, especially in South Africa, leads the continent in the number of identified cybersecurity threats, with 230 million total threat detections. The scale of cyber criminality in the country is further evidenced by the fact that the country is estimated to suffer 577 malware attacks in an hour. Also, global cybercrime costs to grow by 15% over a year in the next 5 years, reaching $10.5 trillion a year by 2025. Looking at the timeline of notable attacks as well, we can see that 59% of respondents say cyber attacks are growing increasingly sophisticated. 75% of companies have experienced an increase in email-based threats, as well as 72% of companies expect to be harmed in 2023 by a collaboration tool-based attacks. South Africa itself as well, you can see that 22% in malware attacks that was reported as well, and 79.5% in CNP, card not present fraud, as well as 100% increase in mobile banking applications. Why is South Africa such an attractive target? South Africa internet users are inexperienced and less technical alert. The 54 million South Africans, including the president, was amongst the victims of these attacks. The risk of public Wi-Fi, people are using public Wi-Fi where hackers position themselves between you and the connection point. 3 out of every 4 South African organizations are receiving an increased number of email-based threats as well. Internet cafes, people do not log off while using public spaces. What can be done? South Africa needs a sustainable national public awareness campaign to inform and mobilize public against a growing pandemic of cybercrime, regular advertising of cyber safety tips in radio and TV in all official languages. South African economy is quickly adopting more advanced technology across e-commerce, service delivery, and communication. Posters with online safety tips at schools, university, colleges, clinic, train stations, taxi ranks, and other places with high foot traffic. Social media mobilization with a dedicated campaign hashtag to marshal online communities around cyber safety. We need digital or internet advocacy within organizations. Public-private partnership is imperative. Internet infrastructure security improvement that is needed as well. Personally, what can be done? On a personal level, you need to safeguard your identity, your data, and your computer devices. Check fake and verify platforms. Clear cache or browsing history every time you use your phone or computer, either public or home. Use strong passwords. Log out or log off in your social platforms. Use two-step verification. Back up your data. Learn more about the internet privacy. Report the crime as well as consider safety password storage. Check if the website you are using is encrypted or have a secure certificate. Do not click on any links that are not verified either by banks or internet service providers that send SMS on your behalf. Be vigilant. Use your virtual card when you purchase things online with a set limit. The cell phone you carry has more than enough settings to help you secure your phone and the data that is stored. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mondli. Guys, feel free to use those reaction buttons to send those emojis there on Mondli's way.
Hi, everyone.